your dad had bought a computer from Josh. So this was, and Josh was always, this is well known at this point, but always into tech and always buying new computers and always building
He
computers
was
and all.
always teaching. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
always teaching me something about computers, always. And I was like, I don't know what the heck you're talking about. Yeah, he was a brainiac when it came to technology.
Right. So your dad buys this computer, you're just trying to figure it out, and you stumble across a folder. Um,
Yeah.
Talk to me about that experience and basically how it played out in terms of like trying to get someone to like take a second glance at this and
Yeah.
see if there's something off here.
I they're, the most perfect, sweet little family. So I never thought anything could ever really be off or anything could be wrong in our family at all or anything dark. And so, I mean, they don't even say gosh, so like the fact of like porn is completely just off limits, not even considered. That's a total sin. And so, yeah, I went on my dad's computer and I just started to like learn it because it was a Mac and it was really big and cool. And I was like, oh my gosh. And so I was going through the files and stuff and I found a file called Josh's file. It was named Josh's file. And I clicked on it. And when I did, I was met with the most disgusting images I've ever seen in my life. And that was honestly the first time that I'd ever seen porn.
Hmm.
That's not something that I view. That is not something that I allow in my life. And so I was like grossed out completely. Um, and yeah, I was like, what do I do with this information? Right? Because he lived the most innocent life. And so I was like, okay. And the fact that I didn't see a ton. I grabbed black construction paper and put it in front of the computer and started like just getting rid of it as fast as I could because I didn't want my dad to see it. I didn't want my mom to see it. I didn't want anyone to see it. Um, and then I realized, wait a second, this is proof. This is evidence that what I've seen is a problem. It's probably a problem at this point, right? And so I called my uncle and I just said, "Hey, I got my mom. I showed my mom. She's like, we've got to call Jim. We have to call him now." And I was like, "Okay." So I talked to him and I just said, I have found some things on this computer and I need you to take this very seriously. And he was like, oh, Amy, you know, Josh got that from a pawn shop. There's no telling what's on it. There's no telling. It's fine. It's not whatever. Blew it off completely. And I said, if that's the case, then why is it named Josh's files? And he stumbled through words, just trying to come up with something. And then he was like, "You're just wrong," and just hung up.
It's interesting you use the words proof, because I think it implies, at least when I was reading the book, I inferred that there was like an inkling of something being off for a long time. Like, did you have an inkling about Josh specifically prior to that, that you're like, okay, here's a thing, or was it just like, here's proof that it's not as perfect as it's portraying itself to be? Like, what does that what
Yeah.
does that mean to you when you say that?
So the reason why I chose the word proof in my book is because I've always been the crazy cousin, right? The one that's just not really taken seriously. The one that's gonna kind of blow things up and do things and stir things up just for fun. And so proof is actual truth, right? That something is definitely going on behind the scenes that no one knows about. I never had any inkling that Josh had a problem or that Josh was viewing things at all, but I knew that I probably was going to be like, just like everything's fine, Amy. Don't worry about it. That's not true. I think you might have, maybe your dad download, it could have been
Sure,
anything.
sure.
And they could have twisted anything. And so I put the word proof in there because it's like, for once, I'm standing up for what is real
Yeah,
and what needs to, obviously he needs help. He needs help. And
yeah.
I felt like I was screaming on top of a roof and no one heard me.
The other interesting thing you say in the book that I thought was kind of funny was you're like, on the one hand, the levels of the material he was viewing was concerning to you, like there were, like, just from the glimpses of what you saw. Um,
Yeah.
but also you said there was part of you that was relieved because he was somewhat normal, because he was actually like, he didn't seem like a robot, I think is the wording that you used. Like, I thought that was a really interesting kind of like juxtaposition of like emotion of like, he's a human being, but
I
also
mean,
why this? Yeah.
right, right. Like, I have never seen him struggle in any kind of way. I wish I could just I wish you were there, Eric, let me tell you, like, it was just so, like, everything was so polished, and he helped elderly, and he loved kids, and his hair was perfect, and he would laugh on cue, and he was just this such loving person. He really was. I mean, he would laugh, he was just so fun. He was so funny. And so just to know that, like, and plus he's never shown any interest in women, right? I mean, he was a teenager, or he was I think, like, older teenager, going into that. But he never showed any ounce of disrespect or disobedience ever in his life, ever. And so the fact that I had this information and these pictures to prove it, I was just like, "Oh," like, I knew he was just so happy all the time. People that are happy all the time and they never have a bad day, watch out for those people, literally. I mean, it's like a total double standard, and that's what I've learned is, like, you can't trust happy. You really can't. Not all the time. Not everybody has bad days. Everybody struggles with something,
Yeah.
regardless if it's healthy or not. And so, like, for me, I love ice cream and shopping, shoot me,
I've noticed
But
from your stories you
but
love shopping. I see
I
many
do
thrift
like
store
shopping.
hauls over on
I
Instagram.
told my grandma before she passed, I was like, "I'm going to thrift in honor of you," and she was like, "Please, like, continue, please." And so, yeah, I'm all about it, I'm all about it. But it was proof that I had the real Josh.